Hi everyone, welcome to episode 7. As the title suggests, I'm going to test some different sets of darts that were sent to me by Colin. I'm quite happy with the set of darts I'm using at the moment, but since he offered me to send a couple of sets, I thought it would be interesting to try them anyways. I was already planning to go to my local dart shop to try some other sets there, but I figured it would be quite overwhelming being in the shop and only testing the darts briefly. That's why I went on and tested each one of these at my own pace. I won't do a 100% scientific comparison on what styles of barrels, shafts and flights there are. I'm just going to let you know what difference I saw and felt as a beginner darts player. I started off by only changing the barrels and keeping my existing flight and shaft setup. This way, I only change one thing at a time and can compare the barrels better than changing a whole lot each time. The first set I tried were the Harrows Wolfram Infinities. They are also 26 gram, the same weight I'm using now. They didn't really stood out in comparison with the set I was using. They were exactly the same length also. I tried them for a couple of days, but couldn't really get used to the texture on the barrel. So next up I tried the most different set Colin sent me, the Harrows Atomics, which were 22 grams. Again fitting the same shafts and flights. The first word that enters my mind to describe how they feel is zippy. They are a lot lighter than what I'm used to. It was actually pretty hard to get them to the top of the board at first. These lighter darts need to be thrown harder than the heavier ones. Because of this, the darts flew all over the place when I tested them for a couple of days. I adjusted to a certain extent, but it didn't feel comfortable yet. The grip on these Harrows Atomics was a lot better than on my own set. I did try to go back and forth between them, and my own set slipped in between my fingers after getting used to the other grip. The next set I tried were 24 grams, the Harrows Ice. These felt similar to the Atomics, but I didn't have to throw them as hard. Both the grip and weight felt nice and comfortable after a couple of days. The last set, also 24 grams, were the Harrows Oracles. I tried them, but already grew some kind of preference towards the grip of the Harrows Ice. Up to this point, all of the other sets I've tried landed in a different angle than my own set. These were no different. In between the testing, I chatted with Colin about my findings, which was really helpful in what to look for when testing. The most important thing as a beginner, I think, is that the darts just feel comfortable to throw. The way the darts land and fly can be adjusted with flights and shafts, but all that has little to no use when you don't feel comfortable throwing them. Up to now I only changed the barrels, but I wanted to check how my preferred set would feel if I put on the shafts and flights it comes with by default. So that's what I did. I put on the medium shafts and Harrows Marathon flights. This made a huge difference, almost as much as throwing with 26 grams or 22 grams. Suddenly the darts were a lot easier to group and landed where I wanted them to land. I did experiment with the different styles of flights too, but those mostly affected the angle which the dart landed in the board, so I stuck with the Marathon flights. After a couple of weeks using the Harrows Ice, I couldn't get back to my first set, so I decided to get myself a new set. I wasn't a big fan of the blue color scheme and personalized my set with some different colored shafts and flights, of the same type of course. I can't say for sure, but the orange colored shafts felt better on the doubles. So that's it. I think the most valuable thing I can share with you all is that it was a big advantage to be able to test a single set for a couple of days to get used to it. People often recommended going to a local dart shop to test, but I think as a beginner you might want to try some different sets at your own pace at home if you got a chance. Maybe try some sets of people you know, or from your own neighborhood. I got very lucky with the offer of Colin, who sent me 4 sets all the way from Scotland to Belgium. Just take your time and change one thing at a time, otherwise you'll have no clue what exactly made the change. That's it for this 7th episode. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified when I'm uploading a new video. As always, any feedback is welcome in the comments below. Have a nice day.